Last week, it was the Jacksons. Now the Spencers are taking over baseball. We'll talk about it next on Fantasy Baseball Today in 5. Welcome to FBT in 5. I'm Chris Towers. I'm here with Scott White, and we are recapping Thursday's action around baseball, and that includes a couple of standout pitchers named Spencer. But before we get to that, one big note for the weekend. On Thursday, Yankees manager Aaron Boone told reporters that Jazz Chisholm is, quote, real close to a return after he hit on the field without issue on Wednesday. Remember, Jazz Chisholm recovering from a UCL injury in his left elbow. Well, after Thursday's game, Oswald Peraza was optioned to AAA, and it sounds like Jazz Chisholm might be back in the lineup on Friday, which is pretty close to the minimum, if not right at the minimum stay on the IL, which is very surprising given Jazz Chisholm's history. Very surprising given kind of what we heard about the injury all week. Getting Jazz back in your lineup if he returns?
Yeah, if you have the ability to do that, you can change your lineup midweek or you have daily lineup changes. I can't be totally confident he's going to hit well. It is in his non-throwing arm, but his main hitting arm since he bats opposite what he throws. And so we don't see that a lot. We've seen like Shohei Ohtani play through a bad UCL before, but it was his throwing arm, and he bats
Yeah, it's
opposite.
it's his lead hand, yeah.
Yeah, his lead
Same
hand
with Bryce Harper last year.
Right. So can't be sure how it's going to go for Chisholm, but as good as he was before the injury, I think you gotta activate him.
All right, let's talk about those incredible Spencers from Thursday, and we'll start with the Braves version of Spencer Schwellenbach, and I think the question at this point, after 9 strikeouts in 6 2/3 innings, 2 earned runs, 1 walk against the Phillies, the question at this point is, how high are we ranking Spencer Schwellenbach for next season? Over his last 6 starts since the All-Star break, this is in 37 2/3 innings. He has 53 strikeouts to 5 walks in his last 6 starts. It's been unbelievable for Spencer Schwellenbach. How high are you ranking him for 2025?
So somebody asked me this on Twitter, and I was willing to commit to top 36. Not having all the names in front of me. It may be higher. It may be closer to like top 24 once I actually start lining up names, because I'm very enthusiastic about what Schwellenbach has done. 14.8% swinging strike rate this year, his time in the majors. Only 2 qualifying pitchers have higher than that, Garrett Crochet and Cole Reagans. And over his last 5 starts, Schwellenbach has an 18.1% swinging strike rate. Only one pitcher last year was higher than that, and it was the great big outlier another Spencer, Strider. And so, we've been talking this whole time about Schwellenbach elite controls, strike percentage similar to George Kirby, 6-pitch arsenal that he mixes up, gives hitters a lot of different looks. Well, he's just flat out dominating too. So everything looks good, except he's now up to 127 1/3 innings between the majors and minors. He had 65 last year, so he is well over his previous high. And it doesn't sound like the Braves are planning to slow him down at all. So with that big increase heading into next year, that might cause me to lay off Schwellenbach a little bit, but I really do like the upside.
All right, it's a Spencer world, and we're just living in it. Spencer Arrighetti, baseball's a funny sport because he has 2 weeks ago these 2 massive strikeout performances. I think it was 25 strikeouts in combined games, 13 and 12. And then last week he's got the White Sox on the schedule. And we're like, yes, Spencer Arrighetti's going to keep dominating. And he goes out and gives up 4 earned runs in 5 2/3 inning against the White Sox. Then in this start on Thursday against a team that is averaging almost 2 runs per game more than the White Sox, he goes 6 shutout innings against the Orioles, 6 strikeouts, 1 walk, 3 hits allowed for Spencer Arrighetti. Is he a must roster pitcher, if not must start?
He's must roster, yeah. I understand there may have been some hesitation to stick with him after that disappointing White Sox start, as good as he looked in the previous 2 with the double-digit strikeouts. But then he bounced back in a tough matchup against the Orioles and had another great start. So 3 out of 4 great. The matchups, who he happened to do it against Okay, you're frustrated by that. I understand. But overall, Spencer Arrighetti does seem like he is trending toward being a difference maker in fantasy. And I'm not ready to call him must start, but he's closer to that than being a streamer.
All right, we're going to wrap there. For Scott, I am Chris. Thanks as always for tuning in to FBT in 5. We'll see you on Sunday.